You walk into your house, the lights are off, nobody answers when you call out, and the silence hits you harder than any noise could. Your shoulders tense, your steps get slower, something in you says wait, you tell yourself it's nothing, but the real answer is far stranger than nothing. Silence was never neutral to your ancestors. It was information, and your body still reads it that way whether you want it to or not. Think about the last time a room went quiet. A conversation stopped, a forest stopped rustling. Did it feel peaceful, or did it feel like the moment right before something happens? For most people, it's the second one, and that reaction isn't a personality quirk. It's a leftover survival system running quietly in the background of your nervous system. Here's what almost nobody realizes. Sound, for most of human history, meant safety. A forest full of birdsong, insects, rustling leaves meant the environment was stable. Predators weren't nearby. Life was continuing on schedule. But the moment that soundscape dropped out, that was the signal. Something had entered the area, something dangerous enough to make every living thing around it go still. Wildlife biologist Daniel Blumstein has spent decades studying exactly this. His research on alarm calls shows that animals across species treat a sudden drop in ambient sound as one of the most reliable predator warnings in nature. Not a growl, not a footstep, silence itself. Your ancestors lived inside that same acoustic world. Their ears had learned generation after generation that quiet often came right before danger. So a rule got written deep in your nervous system. No sound means pay attention. That rule didn't disappear when you moved into houses with locked doors. It just changed its targets. Now the silence isn't about a predator in tall grass. It's a quiet house when you expected noise. An unanswered text after hours of conversation. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference. It just knows the pattern. Quiet where there should be sound. Why does this still matter so much, even now? Because your brain reacts first and evaluates later. That ordering kept your ancestors alive. A slower reaction, waiting to confirm real danger, could cost a life in a single unlucky moment. So the fast circuit won, and it's still running today. But here's a twist. Not all silence gets treated the same way. Neuroscientist Imke Kirsta led a 2013 study on what happens during sustained expected silence, not a sudden drop, but true, prolonged quiet. Her research found this kind of silence triggered new cell growth in the hippocampus, a brain region tied to memory and emotion. So which is it? Threat or repair? The difference isn't the silence itself. It's whether your brain reads it as a broken pattern or a safe one. A quiet library feels calm. A quiet house that's usually full of noise feels wrong. Same silence, completely different meaning, based on what your brain expected a moment before. Acoustic ecologist Gordon Hempton, who has recorded some of the last truly silent places on Earth, notes that real natural quiet has become rare in the modern world. Most environments carry a constant low hum, so when people finally encounter true silence, many feel unsettled before they feel calm. That unsettled moment is your ancient alarm system doing its job. Given enough time and safety, it can shift into the second state. But plenty of modern silences never get the chance to finish that shift. A partner who goes quiet during an argument, a friend who stops replying, none of it is physically dangerous. But your nervous system doesn't check for physical danger first, it checks for broken sound patterns, and broken patterns get flagged as threats by default. Have you noticed how much effort people put into filling silence? Music while working, television left on in an empty room. Some of that is entertainment, but a lot of it is reassurance, proof the environment is still active, still normal, still safe. Is that a flaw in you or evidence of how well the system used to work? Every time silence made your ancestors freeze and listen, it kept the cautious ones alive long enough to pass that reflex forward. You are the outcome of that filtering. Every time a quiet room tightens your chest, you're not malfunctioning. You're running code older than written language. Understanding this won't erase the reaction, but it changes what you do with it. Tonight, you'll probably walk into a quiet room again, and for just a second, your body will do exactly what it was built to do. It will listen, it will wait, and it will ask the same question your ancestors asked in the stillness.